We're going to add somebody to the conversation here after the break, a real estate broker who says the squatters' rights law are so backwards in California. Oh, how could that be? That crooks and con artists just need a toothbrush and the audacity to move right in. We'll talk to him next. Tomorrow on Dr. Phil Primetime, 61% of the people in America say they're living paycheck to paycheck.
Our daughter doesn't even have health care.
I just never thought I would be living this life.
We're paying people not to work.
It's honestly a slap in the face.
Is it just me, or is the system turned on its head? That's tomorrow.
Attention! Did you or a loved one live at or near Marine Base Camp Lejeune in North Carolina between 1953 and 1987? If so, listen closely for this important legal announcement. From 1953 to 1987, Marines and their family members at Camp Lejeune drank water that was contaminated with hazardous toxins. The toxins found in the water at Camp Lejeune may cause health issues, especially later in life. Types of health issues associated with water at Camp Lejeune are numerous. If you or a loved one lived near Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation without going to court. Even if you were turned down in the past, a new law can allow you to file a claim today. If you or a loved one spent time near Camp Lejeune, call the Negligence Network to find out if you're eligible for financial compensation. There's no fee unless we win your case. Call 1-800-600-8809. That's 1-800-600-8809. 1-800-600-8809.
Used for 2 weeks. Now it's a $1,500 coat rack. Didn't even learn smoke on the water. Never went once. Got a blister from the in-store try-on. Overwatered some, underwatered others. Couldn't figure out the lens cap. Created poison. Broke her pinky. Pulled her groin. Couldn't paint hands. Glued it to the table. Created poison again. Babble? Interesting. Can she even speak a word of Spanish?
Lo siento, ¿qué dijiste?
Wait, really?
¿Qué? Son solo 15 minutos al día.
Start learning today at Babbel.com.
Now's the time to have the time of your life. Make the most of it with someone who brings out the best in you today and gets you excited about what's possible tomorrow. So, what are you waiting for? Go to silversingles.com now and connect with someone who shares your interests and expectations for love, romance, or simply spending time together. It's easy, safe, and fun. Silver Singles, where dating after 50 shines.
Stories are like people, multi-layered and complex. It takes some digging to find the truth, but when we find it, it can change our world. We like to dig. The news on Merritt Street. Essential television.
This is what happens when someone moves into a property without any vested interest in the condition of the property. I wished I could say that this was uncommon. I wish I could say it's the first time I've ever been in a house this messy, but it's not.
Wow. Well, Barry, I guess the good thing is they left the washer and dryer.
They did. I don't think they used it very often.
No, it doesn't look like it. So how long were they in?
Before I came into the picture, they had been there about 9 months. Another property manager basically said, hey, we're done, we can't handle this. And so they called me in to take care of it.
How many of these folks are drug addicts, mentally ill, and how many of them are just straight up psychopaths?
Well, I think some of the psychopaths also do drugs. And so it gets to be a mixed bag. I think that Patty had it correct. There's a sense of entitlement that comes along. And I think you asked earlier about how they got into that. I know your background, you're kind of thinking, what makes them think that? I think it's decades of mind shifting that you've come in and said, this is your right, this is right. You don't have to work for this. You can get things given to you without having to work for them. You can, the government will give you things, and if you don't have something and you want it, it's because you're underprivileged and somebody's taking advantage of you because they have what you want, and that's your right. And so I think that it's a combination of all of those things. I definitely see drugs involved a lot. You almost are never gonna have, in your case, those two squatters that they showed in the video, those were both drug users. I mean, you can see that pattern. They come in with...
She had just gotten kicked out of rehab that morning.
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah,
you definitely have a large percentage of them that are drug users. And then you have the others, and probably more so in your case, that were basically weaponizing the system and using it to go after people that have what they want, that they can't have. So it's like a lottery ticket for them. But they didn't have to buy the lottery ticket. They just broke in and took it.
Yeah, I think one of the most fundamental principles of psychology is you don't reward bad behavior. If you're at the grocery store with your child, 2-year-old, and they fall on the floor throwing a tantrum, you don't race to the candy aisle and get some candy and go over there and say, oh, here, baby, here's some candy. You would never do that. I mean, anybody that would, some village is missing their idiot. Everybody knows you would not do that.
Have you been to California?
Oh, I came from California.
Touche, touche.
Yeah. Seriously, we know that at that level. Most parents know that about their children, but apparently we don't seem to keep our focus on that as a government or sometimes as a culture. But yet, when somebody does this, they break into a house and they start living there, then we do reward that.
The police are in handcuffs rather than the squatter.
Of course. And so the system is broken. We're rewarding bad behavior. As you said, we're shaping this behavior through entitlement, 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 entitlement. Those were able-bodied women on your front porch that could have been working, but they aren't. They could have been affording a place, but they aren't. How many squatters have you dealt with?
I've managed about 500 properties total. I probably have dealt with maybe 100 over the years. And I think earlier to your point, the government makes a bad parent.
Yeah.
The government is not a good parent. I believe there's a phrase that goes something like, the scariest words I ever heard are, I'm here from the government and I'm here to help.
Yeah.
And so the government just does a bad job parenting, and that's what's going on. We've changed the laws upside down. The landlord, the owner, 41% of all the rentals are owned by mom and pop landlords. Those people are counting on that income. When you have 3.7 million eviction filings in a year, just last year, then what you really have, if you shape that the other way, yes, I feel bad for the 3.7 million people that are having trouble paying their rent. We all do. At the same time, though, I also feel bad for each homeowner that had that property that is now missing at least $10,000, maybe $20,000. And we're not even talking about intentional damage. We're talking about just people that didn't pay their rent. In California, it takes me 4 months to get them out, if I do it correctly the whole way through. And if I do it wrong, start over.
Back to square one.
Back to the beginning.
And those professionals aren't free. After a break, a woman who says she sees nothing wrong with taking a piece of land that isn't being used, even if someone else owns it. In fact, she says she's already helped one couple take 3 to 5 acres from an LLC, and she's got 30 more people she's working with. Well, just wait till you hear what she has to say. We'll meet her next.
Oh, my love of journalism. Well, as a young girl, I always wrote. Writing was cathartic for me, generally happened when I was angry or upset about something, so I would put pen to paper. I also love to communicate. That was something that I just would share with girlfriends, talking about big picture ideas or psychology or philosophy or the whys behind things. And those two got to come together, married in a way, when I became a broadcast journalist.
Everybody hates Beth. She eats all the food she loves and stays slim. Kim starves herself dieting, yet still can't lose weight. Beth is full of energy. Kim always feels tired. Beth has an unfair advantage. She takes Almacet, a breakthrough health and weight loss shake that fixes your metabolism to help you lose weight in a whole new way.
I couldn't lose weight no matter how much I exercise. I tried Almost, and I lost 26 pounds.
The reason you're having trouble losing weight could be a liver clogged with fat that's slowing your metabolism, making it very difficult to lose weight and stubborn belly fat. Almost is a scientifically proven food supplement that uses natural amino acids and bioactive peptides to help unclog your liver and fix your metabolism so it's easier to lose weight.
My name is Stephanie Phillips Solar, and I'm an Almaced success story. I was able to lose 67 pounds with Almaced in roughly 7 to 8 months.
My weight is down. I feel much more energetic than I have in the past.
Over the course of time, I lost a total of 25 pounds. So thank you, Almaced.
Almaced is all natural, supports healthy blood sugar levels, and it's diabetic friendly. Some weight loss plans have you feel weak and hungry, but Almaced will renew your energy, and you can lose weight and feel great.
Almaced's unique protein can truly absorb in your body and aid with weight loss.
Studies showed Almaced helps you lose double the weight compared to other diets.
The fact is, Almaced works, and I highly recommend it.
Go online now to get started with Almaced for just $34.99. A great value to finally lose weight. We guarantee you can lose weight or you'll get your money back. Be like Beth and get the unfair weight loss advantage with Almaced.
Attention families with a loved one in a nursing home. If in the last 2 years your loved one experienced bed sores, falls, broken bones, dehydration, or even death, you may be entitled to a substantial settlement. If you have a loved one who is injured in a nursing home, we will find out what happened. State violations are found against nursing homes every day. You have a limited time to file your claim, so don't wait. Call now and speak with one of our attorneys. The call is confidential and free, or reach us online at nursinghomesettlements.com.
Nancy Grace, passion, power, and no bull.
Let's do a little fact check on what the truth is.
When it comes to true crime, Nancy Grace is the real deal. Crime Stories with Nancy Grace, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, only on Merit.
We've seen and heard a lot about the physical, emotional, and financial damage squatting causes. Well, my next guest is a real estate agent who says she wants to see adverse possession become normalized in America. And it's your fault if someone steals your land.
Adverse possession is a legal process that starts with the intent of taking title and ends with the person having title of that property. You see multi-million-dollar projects and they're just abandoned. I believe that if we reclaim this abandoned land, it's kind of like having a foreman on your ranch. They're tending to it, they're putting the care into it. I'm working with another client and they're located in New Mexico, and they are trying to occupy a property. It's around 300 or 500 acres. It's something that's so large that you wouldn't even notice what 2 acres is compared to how many acres are on there. Adverse possession is a law that's left over from both Spanish and English colonization. It is how they took the land from the native people, and it's a process we can use to take that land back.
Well, adverse possession is a colloquial term for squatters' rights, some people would say, but it's much more involved than what we've been talking about here. Christine says she doesn't think adverse possession is immoral. People with no housing dying from elements is immoral. So you're an advocate of adverse possession.
I am, yes.
But this is different than squatting.
Squatting is the process to adverse possession, but it is very different, and my intentions are not to help people who have destroyed property. My intentions are to prevent this. I don't want a situation where you're having to go to defend your own property because the police don't have enough power, and you're in a position where someone is putting you in a chokehold. That's horrible. That's terrible.
Well, to adversely possess a property, it has to be abandoned, and there has to be no one there to challenge your occupation.
It can be challenged. So hostile possession means hostile to the owner. That means that somebody else owns it, it can come to the point where it's literally physically hostile, where you are going up against somebody else who's come to defend their property. I do not want that. I want to mitigate harm. I don't want to put people in positions where they have to have an altercation, possibly.
Well, if somebody shows up and says, this is my property, and you don't have the right to be here, you can't adversely possess that property. How would you progress with your adverse possession?
Well, that's why it's not a sure thing. It is a very long, complicated. It's and would it surprise you to know that that's exactly how the law was intended? That's exactly how the U.S. government is designed. That's how everyone here has their land. They took it through adverse possession. So that's how the law is designed.
You said if I've got 100 acres or 1,000 acres, and somebody goes and gets in the corner of it and adversely possesses 5 acres of it, I'm not going to miss it. I got 1,000 acres anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah. Can you tell me, if you're looking at 1,000 acres, could you tell me what 5 acres was?
Hell yeah.
But I don't know that, I don't necessarily know that that's fair, because if he did inherit, let's just say inherited the 5,000 acres, whatever it was, I mean, that's his, it came from his generational passed down.
How did he inherit it?
Doesn't matter how I got it. It doesn't matter how I got it. If it's mine, it's mine.
We're not in 1776.
No,
we're in 2024.
Yes. The law, though, the law still exists in 2024.
Right.
So I'm not the one making the law.
No,
Let me ask you
but
a
there still has
question.
to be an injured party based on what you're saying. I have a lot of investor friends who have used adverse possession to gain possession of a property, but they've done it when they can't find certain heirs. So let's just say out of 100% of the title to the property, they were able to secure 75 or 85% of the heirs. We can't find, let's just say, one person. So we hold their money. We buy the 75% from that one set of family members, and then we go hunt down the last person. So there is no injured party. In a lot of the situations that I hear about, in this case, there's an injured party somewhere, just because he can't identify 5 of his 1,000 acres.
Do you think that a corporation that makes over $1 billion a year is injured by someone taking 5 acres of land?
Somebody is. Somebody is, absolutely.
They are?
Do you know what a corporation is? A corporation is owned by individual investors. So you've heard of the stock market. They buy shares. That's what makes up the value of a corporation. So when you take that 5 acres, you're taking somebody's one share.
That's right.
So you're looking at corporations wrong. And my question for you would be, is the license that you have as a real estate agent, when you're advocating for adverse possession, are you representing the client that's doing the adverse possession?
My job is to advocate the law.
No. Your job is to represent an individual client. You have a fiduciary duty for that individual client. You said that you've helped some people do this. Did you do so in the capacity as a real estate agent?
There's no way for me to help somebody as a client when they're doing adverse possession. What I do is I share with them what the laws are and the proper authorities that they should be paying taxes to.
Do you have a car that's not used 24 hours a day?
I do.
And so if we play out your scenario, then theoretically anyone on the street should be able to boost your car and drive it because that car is just sitting around unused.
I don't have $1 billion net worth. So if I start making...
Is $1 billion where you draw the line?
Yeah, me personally.
So you think it's okay to take Dr. Phil's because he's the only billionaire in this?
You have $1 billion, Dr. Phil.
So we're all going to his house tonight?
Dr. Phil, do you have $1 billion?
Not a chance. I'm just a young, struggling psychologist.
There you go.
I never met anyone with $1 billion before.
You still haven't.
Join Scott Rasmussen, a true polling pioneer, as he dives into the issues behind our biggest questions. What does it mean to be an American? Are we really as divided as we think? What defines us as a nation, as a community, as people? Maybe it's not our differences that define us, but what we have in common. A weekly look at the numbers that reveal our true hopes, dreams, and challenges. The Scott Rasmussen Show, Sundays at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central, only on Merit.
Introducing the incredible Sightbulb HD Cam.
It's as easy to install as a light bulb. SightBulb is the robotic 360-degree two-way talk camera with action tracking technology. Download our free app and control, rotate, and view your SightBulb in real time from any smartphone. Customize motion alerts right to your phone.
Hey honey, how are you? Food's in the fridge.
You can drop in from anywhere with our two-way talk technology. It's perfect for outside surveillance. SightBulb's advanced tracking technology locks onto motion and tracks it in real time. When motion is detected, SightBulb instantly locks on, tracks, and starts recording the action. SightBulb delivers 360-degree clear HD video and crisp two-way audio. Add a memory card for video backup and see day or night with our infrared night vision anywhere there's a light socket. Check in on your pets while you're away, or make sure the kids got home safe. You'll never miss another package. Monitor your cars and driveway. Surprise a trespasser.
What are you doing here? I'm calling the cops. Get away.
For security and peace of mind, even use it with recessed lighting. Customize alerts to your phone.
Hey honey.
Drop in with two-way talk. Automatically track motion with our action tracking technology. Download our free app to view, control, and connect multiple SightBulbs for high-tech home surveillance. Click or call to get the breakthrough SightBulb HD Cam for 2 easy payments of $19.99. Download our free app. There's no monthly contracts or hidden fees. But wait, there's more. Now you can double the offer and get a second SightBulb absolutely free. But we're still not done. Order now and we'll ship your order free. You get it all. But supplies are limited, so hurry and click or call to order right now.
To order, call 1-800-503-5431. That's 1-800-503-5431, or go to buysightbulb.com. Don't delay. Call, click, or scan today.
I take caring for my kitty very seriously. So when I found a health monitoring kitty litter, I had to meet the creator.
Oh, hi, kitten.
Please, I told you to call me Martha. This litter seriously stops odors, and it changes colors.
Smart and pretty, you could say.
You're going to make me blush. I love that it's lightweight, low dust, and delivers right to my doorstep.
Try it today. Go to prettylitter.com.
We're out of time. Actually, about 7 minutes ago, and you cannot adversely possess it any further. But I think you're very courageous to come and bring that point of view.
Absolutely.
And you obviously have studied it and know what you're doing, and I thank you for coming and talking about it.
Thank you so much.
It is a lawful thing to do if you do it in the right way. I 100% disagree with your philosophy, but your facts are correct. So I commend you on that. I want to thank all of my guests for being here today. I also want to thank you at home for watching. I hope this has made you think and learn something today. And I want to be very clear so you don't crank up a bunch of misinformed mail. She's not suggesting people go squat in someone's home when they go on vacation. She's talking about something completely different at another level. And if you're not a billionaire, she isn't targeting you. So that makes me and all of us safe here, I think. If you want to know what is really going on in America, this is where you need to be, because I think there are things in this country that are broken. I love this country. I love America. I stand up when the flag goes by. I put my hand over my heart when they play the national anthem. And I just think that there are things we have to have the courage to talk about and be real about. And part of it is not rewarding bad behavior and standing up for the rights of Americans.